Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're here to play Trepang2. Now, if you've never heard of this game, that title's not going to really give you much information. I mean, what the hell is a Trepang anyway? What this game is a modern-day, early 2000s shooter. It's basically Fear 4, or you could consider it like a Fear reboot, but in some ways it's actually a bit better than Fear. And hello, Snap Ninja, and I'm glad I'm your favorite. And hello, Emperor Snake. So yeah, I didn't really think I'd even like Trepang here, but I gave it a try, and I gotta tell you, it really impressed me. Like, this is a game that, you know, I started it up, I thought like, oh, it's gonna have all that Euro jank in it, because, you know, one of the few countries that actually has any good games is like Poland, but those games are pretty jank to a certain extent. But this lacks all that jank. It's like they actually got a budget. It's like, whatever next. And hello, Niji. And today's just another Saturday. Had to go to work, get up at 5:30 in the morning, but hey, money is good. Money is very good. So, what this game is about is you are a silent protagonist who's like kind of a super soldier, and you gotta fight against an evil corporation. Kind of like Fear, except unlike with Fear, I gotta say the narrative in this is a little better. And the good word is, I'm off Sunday, which makes me happy. But, yeah, like, this has a much more competent narrative, I have to say, because it actually makes a little more sense and has more, like, horror elements than just one enemy, which is Alma. Ambassador Pineapple. Oh my. So, you play as like a super soldier. I haven't beaten the game yet. I've only played a little bit of it, just because I've been working on a bunch of other games. But this is very much an urban fantasy sort of thing, but you wouldn't know it from just the way the game looks. It's kind of a big spoiler, but literally the whole urban fantasy aspect of this game would kind of get spoiled to you if you played like the second level, so eh. It's kind of like, who is Darth Revan? I don't know. Yeah, could it be the player? I mean, it's actually kind of funny when you think about it. Like, Darth Revan being a spoiler. I mean, that game's been out for almost 30 years. No, it's only 20 years. 20 years. It's like, if you don't know about that, it's like, did you know that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father? The only thing I don't like about this game is, it does have that, when you start up the game, you don't have a gun, and you kind of just gotta hide a little bit. I always kind of hate that. I'm like, can I just get to the gameplay, please? But this doesn't go on too long. And the controller support is really good. You can actually hit enemies, believe it or not. One other thing I quite like about this is, as you blast enemies, they actually recognize that you're blasting them. Like, they wiped out the whole squad! Streaming old games from PS3 or Nintendo. Only type really slow because the pop-out shit. PS3, I've not been able to get RPSX3 to work that well on this machine. Yeah, I think the PS3 emulator is very processor intensive, and this processor's kind of old these days. I probably should update it at some point, but whatever. Yeah, we gotta sneak a little bit. I think at some point I will stream the Punisher game from 2004. Back when Volition was not insanely stupid. Or as they say, woke. The Punisher, man, that is one of those franchises that does not get as much love as it deserves. Mainly because the Punisher just is never really done quite right. They kind of need to lean into the whole action hero sort of thing and not really focus quite so much on the fact that he's blasting the villains. I mean, usually the villains he's blasting are like, well, sex traffickers and stuff like that, people you'd want to get blasted. Also, this game is kind of a sci-fi game. It takes place, I think, about a decade from now, like 2035 or something. And graphically, this game looks great. Like, for a little independent game, I'm really impressed by what the developers were able to do with a very limited budget. Still though, this walking simulator did not impress me when I first played this. Alright, and I think we're finally gonna get a gun. Yep, there we go. I think this is a HK, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. I've always wanted an HK USP, but it's just not worth the price they want. Okay, and like I said, this is very much a fear-inspired game. So, we do have slow-mo, but they actually change up the fear formula just a little bit and give you like an invisibility power, which I never use, because it's like I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around. With my former roommate between Batman and the Punisher. Punisher was a 2-bit copy of Batman, which that's really not true. That's a common thing I've seen said a lot. Like if Batman killed his villains, he would just be the Punisher. But that's, I mean, that's a pretty weak argument. I mean, for one, Batman's more of a detective than the Punisher is, and also Batman has a... Oh yeah, you got a slide here. The slide move, which you actually do need to master, because there's guys with riot shields, and that's one of the few ways you can kill them. This game isn't that hard, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can get blasted pretty quick. Marvel the Punisher from 2004. Yeah, play that game. Yeah, I'll be doing that later this year. I'm actually gonna review that game in ooh, I didn't notice it before. Oh, I thought that was like a weapon attachment. Oh well. It's just a sack of cement. What a sack of shit. But yeah, I'm gonna do Punisher for October. PTR 91. Okay, so the PTR 91 is holding up really well. I think the break-in period is something that's more FUD lore than anything else. The PTR had one problem when I first got it, and that it didn't have an extractor. Oops. But since it had a fluted chamber, it didn't matter so long as you were using full power ammo. But I used some really weak tool ammo. Ooh, broke his leg. Dual wheel time! Okay, that's a little loud. Let me turn that down just a little bit. It might not be loud for y'all, but it's loud for me. But yeah, it didn't ship with an extractor. Oh dear. And then I shot it with really weak tool ammo. Also, oh dear. And so that's when I had malfunctions. With proper ammo, like say MagTech or even just Wolf, even just basic Wolf, no problems. Once I put in an actual G3 extractor, it extracted it every time. So the whole break-in period thing is it really just is kind of ammo specific, I think. And I think it is kind of like people bought cheap ammo like me and it's like it didn't work. And then I guess eventually it might break in, or it might just be that they get more powerful ammo and they kind of like say that's what did it. I don't know. For me, it functioned perfectly with properly powerful ammo. And once I got that extractor in there and once I moved away from Tula, I've not had a single malfunction since. Yeah, this is basically Fear 1, but with a slightly better plot. Alright, let's see. Let me grab that. You can definitely tell this isn't Fear 1 because we have the almighty... oh, I can't remember what this is called now. Damn it, my brain is tired. Oh, I can dual wield because I already unlocked that thing. I didn't know you could do that. I'm gonna kick the Steam. We're gonna kick the Steam and get the Epic Game Store. I think the Epic Game Store is almost dead now. Well, I wouldn't say that. The reason I consider this better than Fear 1 to a certain extent is because, unlike with Fear 1, we have a much more elaborate plot. Okay, there's the cloaking device, which I guess is kind of cool, but then really it's much more useful to use this. Now, I can do a wield right now, but you don't unlock that until a few levels in. Now, so far the game looks alright. I mean, you're just shooting regular guys. But man, when we get to level 2, Level 2 is what really sold me on this game, because I was ready to just do kind of a basic review of this game. It's like, well, you know, it's alright, it's no Fear 1, but man, when we get to level 2, like, never has an opinion of mine changed that fast. It's kind of like Godzilla versus Kong, you know, like, my opinion was already pretty high of that movie, but when they started to characterize Kong more, it's just like, alright, it's one of my favorite movies now. I'm actually gonna go see Godzilla vs. Kong, or not Godzilla vs. Kong, but Godzilla and Kong, I guess you could say. I'm actually gonna go see that again next week. I very seldom go see a movie twice. But that movie was kick-ass. Smack him. Slide into him. Just blast him on the ground. Love how, like, you just shoot, you know, ballistic plates out of these guys. That is kind of funny. It's like, it just falls out, and you can even read it. Let's see, level 4 in conjunction with vest type 2A. Yeah, see, like, if you use a 20-inch AR, it'll go through that like a hot knife through butter, but we don't have a 20-inch AR. We got a Spaz 12 and 2 HKs. Let's see, make to the Peter Honey one would be buying a Cold Hammer Forged barrel. I mean, Cold Hammer Forged barrels aren't bad, but I highly doubt any of us are gonna shoot a rifle that much where it would really matter. I mean, 308 was expensive before the Rona, and it's even more expensive now. And like, you're gonna get like a barrel life of like, you know, 10 or 12,000 rounds, so you might just shoot the first barrel out and then get it rebarreled after that. Assuming you're gonna shoot that much ammo out of one of those things. -1 is pretty good. Cybertron movie called Transformers 1. Honestly, when it comes to Transformers, that is a franchise that is better watched in clips than actually sitting through the episodes, because a lot of those episodes can get pretty dumb on occasion. My favorite Transformers show, though, he died as he lived with a ski mask. But I like how the game does not bother explaining what any of this is until later on. Just non-verbal storytelling. Kind of like the modern day Dooms, only better because you're not stuck in fucking arenas every 5 seconds. Could be anywhere. Dun dun dun! It's like a slasher movie! And yeah, the Chris Vector, thank you, I'd forgotten what the name was. That's the problem, when you're doing, oh crap! When you're doing a stream, it's like, oh yeah, that gun. Yeah, the Chris Vector, I remember when this thing came out, it was like, it's the coolest thing ever, man! But, you know, thanks to the NFA, no one could really get the, you know, full auto version, which, this is a gun that definitely needs to be full auto to be worth it. If I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, well, also we've got some Croatian guns. I remember last stream we were talking about Croatia for whatever reason, but we got the VHS-2, or the Springfield Hellion. It's like, but it's full auto. Let's see, can we get through here? No, we can't. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, -1 was pretty good in theaters, but I will say this. Godzilla x Kong is a much more fun movie. I mean, I don't know if I'd actually go see Godzilla -1 in theaters again, just because, you know, it's not really a cheery film. It's all about a guy trying to find his purpose in life after he didn't die in the war. Whereas Godzilla x Kong is big monkey fighting another big monkey to save his people, which is a much more fun kind of storyline. And if I'm gonna pay a shit ton of money to go see a movie, I want something that's fun. But I am glad I got to see -1 in theaters, though. I will say that. -1 was fucking expensive, though. Ooh, blow his head off. Not the good way, either. Let's see, I'll check that chat in just a second. This is kind of a arena. Alright, let's see. Option to turn off screen shake. There could be. I just didn't notice it. I only really dislike motion blur. Just blast him. Oh, crap. Screen shake doesn't bother me, though. It's just the motion blur that makes me annoyed, because it just makes everything look weird. Blast him! Godzilla is not old enough to be public domain, I don't think. But it's also Japanese, so it may not actually apply. Yeah, the Chris Vector is a neat kind of concept, but it's just one of those things of like, it's still just a pistol caliber carbine. Unless you're using it in full auto, it's like, eh. Oh crap! Now see, what you're supposed to do here, this is a little awkward. See, look, we just got completely blasted there. What you gotta do is you gotta slide into them, like, over and over again, otherwise you will get blasted pretty fast. Let's see, consider doing a Stalker review. I didn't dislike Stalker, but I didn't like it either. Stalker's just, to me it's annoyingly difficult. And slide! We're gonna get to first base with these guys. Oh my. 106, you dog. Go smack him. We're gonna beat him. I mean, no, we're not gonna do that. That'd be wrong. 106 is not gonna have an OnlyFans. Not on my watch. Okay, let's see. What was that? Got into enhanced mods for classic shooters. I mean, screen shake, I just don't notice it. It never really just, is something I see when I play these games. I guess I can kind of see it there. It just never was a big deal to me. Let's see. Hollywood event taking place in Las Vegas. Okay. I don't know. A lot of these modern movies are just a bit too, of the woke variety for my taste. Although, they somehow didn't make Godzilla meets Kong woke, which is good. Motion annoyance, I like that. Stalker playthrough. Yeah, just, the game's too annoyingly difficult. Another Cybertron movie. That's not bad, but there's been Cybertron animated things already. Ross's campaign to save video games from destruction. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that, but I'm not sure how good that's gonna, how well that's gonna work, just because, well, we've got a, Potato as a president, along with his cronies that are almost as, messed up as he is. Oh yeah, the grenade button is weird in this. You can actually turn on a low violence mode for some reason. I guess you don't get demonetized. Which is a really weird concept to me, but whatever. We're barely monetized, we can't get demonetized. You can't have a downfall if you're not up anywhere. Oh, it's... Run and B, I keep forgetting. Now, of course, in real life, if you were a super soldier, you would just grab his shield and smack him with it, but, well, it's kind of hard to program that. And despite this being a game from last year, we do have, like, actual damage to the walls, which is something, Sweet Baby Inc. would not be able to do. Now, you can also find, like, computers with data on it that will fill in the story, but since I've already played this part of the game, they're not there. 13 years old? My god. Damn, I'm getting old. Glad you liked the Dusk video. Of all 10 people in attendance. Hey, you know what? At least it's not a million... At least it's not like 1,000 people each complaining about my voice. It's a nice, small amount of people where I can actually read the chat. It's not just flying by. Or Ethos trying to sell their, OnlyFans. Alright. Chuck, grenade. Not that I meant to do that. I keep thinking that's how you aim down sights. And yes, I blew myself up a couple times because of that. As far as I know, you can't actually aim down sights in this game. Like, you can look down a scope in, if you have a rifle with a scope on it. But that's it. It's like, this is totally old school. It's actually even older school than Fear was. Now, I'm not sure, even with, like, strength juice, you're gonna be able to dual wield 2 of these rifles, and it certainly wouldn't be practical. And yeah, this game is absolutely excellent. Well, just wait until we actually get to the real part of the game, though. Like, we're gonna get to a part of the game that just comes completely out of nowhere, because right now this just looks like a regular, it looks like a pretty good quality first-person shooter, but when we get to the actual urban fantasy stuff, that's when it gets real good. Speaking of urban fantasy, there's a YouTuber that I watch called Seth Skorkowski, who does D&D reviews, but he also wrote a book series, whose name I don't remember at the moment. He hasn't written that many book series, so you could literally just look up his name, but a book series about monster hunting, which is different from Monster Hunter International by Larry Correia, because in Seth's book series, you've got to fight demons with magical weapons, which is something you didn't have to do in Monster Hunter International. You could just use a regular shotgun with silver buckshot. It's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by it. Hold an interface with the drone. Oh my. Well, you know, like in Fear 1, you could kind of look down sights, whereas in this game you can't. And so this is one of those, this is very much inspired by like SCP, before SCP went woke. How does that happen? I don't know. The cycle begins again. Capture means you will be forced to complete your original mission. Oh my. And yeah, I'm not sure what the actual end game for this game is, because I haven't beaten it yet. But all through the game, it's like, don't trust anyone, especially the people that are on your side. If you played Sin or Soldier of Fortune. See, that's something where I can say, like, haven't played Sin, but I've not only played Soldier of Fortune, I've reviewed Soldier of Fortune and did a, back when they were popular, a full Let's Play of Soldier of Fortune back around 2012, so yeah. And in an upcoming video, I'm going to talk about Soldier of Fortune again. Now, this right here is very much an arena battle. When I first started playing this game, I was really not impressed by this. Thankfully, there's not as many of these as you might think. It all seems so normal. I almost don't want to spoil the twist here, which we're not even going to see until deep into the second level. No, this game is most assuredly not woke. If anything, it's against the WEF, as you'll see in level 2. And we're gonna smack him. Where'd he go? I think we did like a rider kick into the next dimension. We sent him to the next dimension. I think we did, because he's gone. I might have knocked him into the wall. This game's a little buggy, because when I first played this level, one of the bodies got bugged into the wall, and so the last elevator wouldn't trigger, which was kind of annoying. Yeah, definitely get Soldier of Fortune. It's like Quake 2, only way more violent. In Soldier of Fortune, Raven Software came up with the Ghoul engine, which allowed for dismemberment of enemy limbs. No joke. And since Soldier of Fortune is so old, it literally came out in, I think, no, it came out in 2000. Saddam Hussein appears. No joke. Not as a boss, but he just kind of shows up and sends his guards after him. Soldier of Fortune was also a magazine. Fears 1 aiming system towards replacing. Yeah, iron sight aiming did get kind of obnoxious as time went on. I kind of like just pointing and shooting. And you don't even really need it, even in games where you have wide open levels. I mean, just look at Medal of Honor Allied Assault. They didn't have iron sight aiming, and it actually was perfectly playable. What do you think of the Quake 2 remaster? Already reviewed it, and I even streamed it. But in short, it's good. It allows people to finally play Quake 2 without having to mod it. In fact, the Quake 2 remaster finally made me realize that remasters are important. because not everyone wants to mod something. And yeah, Call of the Machine was pretty great. Oh crap. P-Mags! Now you kind of get boss fights at the end of these levels, kind of, and then you end up getting real boss fights as you progress through the game. It's just, this is such an impressive game. I mean, like, you have modern graphics, but classic gameplay in a way that you don't really see from boomer shooters. Back up. Now, like, the guy who was on the, I'm actually starting to get real hurt here. They're hurting my feelings again. The thing I like is the guy who's been on the intercom the entire time, we're actually fighting him right now. You actually will fight these guys that are taunting you. Now, usually the game will highlight them, but since I already beat him, it's not actually going to do that. Blast him! Aw, crap, no! Ugh. Yep, I should have just backed up. Level was Finding Embers. I've not played it in a while, so I don't remember which level that is. Okay, are we all the way back? Yeah, as you can see, the physics go a little nuts on occasion. Okay, so the boss of certain levels will have more health than others. But then there's like a super boss you end up fighting that will actually have a health bar. And it'll be pretty obvious as to who and what they are. I'll take that health. I don't think they would need quite that many nods, but whatever, it looks neat. Let's smack him. You little bastard. Who do you think you are? This is why we need something more powerful than 45 ACP. Or something that penetrates more. Okay, we need to save... Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's just jackhammer him in the head. He's got a lot of armor. Like, he's got a lot of armor on. And now he has no arm. I was so happy to see a Quake remaster, similar to all those other Night Dive remasters, because it's going to get a lot of these classic games a much bigger audience. And that's something that is very important. Gentlemen, that is a... those nods are just so overkill. Alright, so far it looks like just a regular shooter, but just wait. I don't think I'm ever gonna do Suicide Squad. I don't even like Suicide Squad. I mean, Suicide Squad, I guess, is a good sideshow, but I guess a good side story, but did anyone ever ask for a whole game based on those idiots? The Suicide Squad was a perfectly adequate movie, but I think my biggest problem with certain modern day entertainment is just how awkward it is. Like, this game is not awkward, but the Suicide Squad game, I've seen some cutscenes of that, it just feels so awkward. Kind of like those, that TV show with the guy with the silver helmet, the one with John Cena in it. That was just such an awkward show. A game called Trepang2, roguelike arena shooter. I never was a big fan of roguelikes, but that does sound kind of neat. Okay, so we're gonna go do level 2. So we basically work for, I guess, corporate rebels. This is very much one of those mysterious plots where you're not told everything in the first 5 minutes. Aw, shit, we're gonna go to the Pandora Institute. And once again, it looks like a perfectly normal game. I'm looking forward to doing a review on this because, like, it looks like it's perfectly normal. But is it?
Horizon's good as dead now that you're on the team.
I love how the quartermaster doesn't even have a name.
Good luck out there, 106.
Yeah, urban fantasy has been getting more and more popular over the decades. I mean, it's always been with us, but like kick-ass urban fantasy. You know, you've got Monster Hunter International, and there's a lot of different little franchises that are starting to jump on that. I mean, monsters are cool and all, but, well, 12 gauge to the face is 12 gauge to the face. Now, I'm not saying there's monsters in this, but there could be. Now, as we get to this, as we get into level 2, we start to see, like, what kind of world this is. What's really scary, though, is that this is very much a realistic sort of game. But you wouldn't think it. But sadly, we live in a dystopia. Well, Armory is selling R10s for less than 1,000. Yeah, for college. Yeah, PSA is really awesome. I mean, when I was somebody that was a poor college student, the idea of a $400 AR was a fever dream of a madman. That's why I had a Bubba SKS in those days. And I was happy to have it. Blast him! Love how they all have baklavas. Balaclavas. That way you don't have to render out the face. Now, as you go through this level, you see some signs that start to get very creepy. Now, we're in Canada right now, in-game. And, yeah. Oh dear. There's a news story recently about some woman that wanted to get euthanized, unalived as they say. Smack it open! Simply because of boredom. That's pretty scary. Your grenades will do you no good. Because it's super soldier time! Superhero steroids! Now, the blood effects look really good. Like, you would think this is a game from, like, 2009 or something with how well designed that is. Oh, look, he actually peeked around the corner instead of just standing there like an idiot. Oh, that's not fun. Yeah, I'm glad that, if you can, when you finally get a chance to get an AR, just get an upper and a lower. That way you can save on that, save some money, because it won't be the 10% excise tax. I don't know how anybody can even get bored. There's so much shit to do at any one time. I think boredom is very much a rich person's issue. And, yeah, that just, it's kind of sad, really. I mean, there's so much of a world out there to live. Read a book, damn it. Play a video game. Look at nature. Go on a walk. I mean, from the second I get up to the second I go to sleep, I'm always doing something. The idea of just being so bored you want to die, it's like, that just really shows a lack of imagination. But I guess that's just a thing. That's one thing I always find kind of funny when people talk about how, like, the housewives of the 50s and 60s were so bored they just didn't want to live. It's like, sure. Maybe the rich people, but regular people, not so much. Exactly, touch grass or something. Oh, Zardoz, where, Sean Connery had, like, nipple armor or something. There's some weird... Oh yeah, we're gonna get the breach charges! See, like, if this was COD, we'd be sitting through a cutscene for this. Now, one other thing I also really love is how you actually will get some buddies that'll help you fight, but they will only follow you for so long. Thoughts on Prey? My thoughts on Prey are chronicled in 2 separate videos, because I reviewed Prey 2006 and the modern one from 2017. In short, the original, excellent. The modern one, also excellent, but for different reasons. Because, yeah, the original Prey has a very good story, pretty good gameplay. You know, like that gravity switching mechanic was pretty neat. The modern Prey also has a pretty great story, and I like how it's an immersive sim. There's not enough of those out there. Because I kind of got in trouble by calling it open world BioShock. However, it kind of is. You basically go throughout the entire space station, and it's not linear. So, it's mostly open world. I guess it just depends on your definition of open world, I guess. And yeah, later this year I'm going to review BioShock. That's a game that my opinion changed over the years on. Went hiking for the first and last time. Uh-oh. I'll set myself on fire to keep others warm. Brilliant minds, but short lives. Oh dear. Is this a game or real life? I don't know. Yeah. This is basically where people come to, no longer be alive. And those things exist today, unfortunately. That's on the System Shock remake. I didn't even know there was going to be a Prey 2. I grew to like BioShock. When I first played it, I thought it was alright, but I felt like it was stealing the thunder of other games. And so I was like, it's not that great. But now I can see it for what it is, which is pretty damn good. Okay, where the hell is that box? Or do I already have it? Okay, I guess I already have it. I didn't know I picked it up. The thing about Palmetto State Armory guns is they're made to a pretty high quality, especially for the price. And so I have one of their uppers, and I've had no problems with it at all, even with super weak ammo. 'Cause I've shot steel through it and brass, and no problems. And it's legitimately accurate. Now, the reason why PSA guns are so inexpensive is barrel life. But it doesn't really matter much, because when you consider the price of ammo and how much you'd have to shoot it out, it's not that big a deal. PSA barrels will last around 10 to 12,000 rounds. Which, you know, it's just not that realistic to think that you'll shoot that out in like a year or two. That's going to take like 10 years or more. If that, you might be able to keep it your entire life without shooting the barrel out. Daniel Defense isn't bad, but are you going to really need a barrel that can last 30,000 rounds? It's just one of those things. The reason why barrel life is so important for a military gun is you're going to be keeping that in circulation for decades upon decades and giving it to Private Stuffy and all the rest. Whereas if you're not Private Stuffy, you don't really need something that's going to last that long under a lot of abuse, because you shouldn't be abusing it. Theoretically. And yeah, BioShock was pretty hot back in the day, and for good reason, because it has really good gameplay and story, but I kind of really hated on it because I was like, there are other games than BioShock. You don't have to act like it's the greatest game ever. Yeah, here's our buddies. I like the fact that you can actually interact with other human beings if you can't actually talk to them. Let's just chuck a grenade up there. Guys, you might want to watch out for that grenade, because I'm an idiot. 80 lowers are worth... I mean, the big problem with, like, 80%ers is just the fact that it's a cool project, but you really don't need to do it unless, like, you just want to do it to say that you did it. Because it's not going to really matter. Count Acula, never even heard of J-Stark. Fight like SCR lore. I do not. If you mean Judas Priest, maybe. But no. I guess Judas is like a meme, or it's something from this game. Or it's a band. I think we have to shoot these guys first and then something opens up. Now once again, all this seems pretty normal looking so far. But just wait. I seem to remember being able to go up here, but I'm not finding, oh, there it is. Wow. My brain is tired. Yeah, the Art Deco art design was alright. I was more interested in the story and the, actual shooting. Oh yeah, funny enough, in, BioShock, and I still remember this to this day, there's some crates you can find that say Lotz and Sons. It's the first time I ever saw my name in a game before. Oh dear! All these people got, Trudeau'd. And this is where the game starts to get creepy. It's like, holy crap. Let's see, oh, okay. BioShock in space. I did not know about that. That sounds pretty good. I mean, we've already had kind of BioShock in space with Prey, but I wouldn't mind having another one. There's few enough, sci-fi games these days. There's actually a couple books released for BioShock that show, like, the rise of, Rapture. I wanted to call it Pandora for some reason. Which is kind of a neat concept. Really, I'm probably gonna get in trouble when I say that, Rapture is not exactly the capitalist paradise people want to say it is. And it's much more of a socialist sort of thing, because Andrew Ryan does control the, means of production. Oh, crap. It's a boss. Just jackhammer him right in the head. Now, the more enemies you blast, the more slow-mo you get. Oh, crap. Yeah, grenades are dangerous in this game. Like, unlike in a lot of other games, grenades will actually kill you in like 1 or 2 blasts. Now, this might look like the end of this level, but, just you wait. Oh! 12 gauge to the face! Just jackhammer the bastard. I'm really glad that modern games have that, where the, character will pop in a shell before loading the rest of it. Parody games, if done well, they can actually be kind of funny, but they need to be games first, parodies second. Time Splitter's Future Perfect is a good example of that. Like, it's kind of a parody of first-person shooters, but it's still an actual good FPS. Oh, that's another boss. That's another boss. Run away. I like how he's got like a spacesuit on that's bulletproof. Run, grab all the plates. Didn't have to send away to eBay this time. Okay, let's grab that. Alright, we're good. Let's load up the old Spaz 12. Alright, where is that boss? There he is. I see you, dude. You about to get jackhammered. Actually, I better shoot his little helper first. Alright, and he's gonna be... There he is. Slow-mo time! Oh, he has no head. And I have no heart. I have heard of Pissed, but I never really cared for Myst. I never was a point-and-click adventure kind of guy. Let's see. Yeah, I've not been to Communist California in like 10 years. No, 12. I don't really foresee myself ever going back. Why do you even need a flare, dude? Oh, crap. Shotgun time! Oh, it just launched him! Wait, did he survive that? Yes, he did! How did you survive that? I thought I was a super soldier. Smack him! Break his spine! I mean, I'm saving him from the Predator. Like, I'm totally the hero here. I think we are supposed to be a hero of a sort, maybe? I think. The story's still kind of indistinct at the moment. But yeah, never liked point-and-click adventure games. I've tried them on a bunch of different occasions, but they're just kind of, well, boring. And I'm not sure if 10 years from now we're going to have laser fences. I mean, I guess we could. Chuck grenade. Throw grenade, damn it! Yep, I should not have just rushed in there like that. That was really stupid. Not really sure what the whole, atomic blast thing is all about. I mean, it's like super awesome imagery, man. It's like, what if the atomic blast were the friends we made along the way? Quake 2 into real life. You never know. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot that window out, and we're just gonna throw grenades into that room. I mean, that's probably what would happen in real life anyway. And I still shouldn't have run in here, but whatever. I did it anyway. I am so dead. Yep, I knew it. Because I want to hurry up and get to the good part, damn it. He's like, this is such a... This twist is so good. I don't know, let's see here. Cover, what's that? Concealment. And notice they actually run away from the grenade. They're actually smart enough to do that. What is this magic you speak of? Artificial intelligence? Fucking grenade him. Yeah, if you want something inexpensive to shoot that's center fire, 9mm is still pretty inexpensive, especially now. The prices have really gone down. But if you want a full power rifle, oh crap. Come on, reload. But if you want an actual rifle cartridge, 223 is a good way to go. The more common, the better. Really, only 308 is gonna... 308 is only gonna really be used by people who train and by hunters. Whereas 5.56 is something that even Granny will use, so to speak. Because it's so easy to shoot and so common. It's all economies of scale. Yeah, I remember this part being somewhat difficult. You kind of just have to run around in circles and try not to get blasted. Because, like, you're beat to shit at this point. It took me a few tries at this when I first played the game. Also, I love how this is called Horizon, which is similar to Killing Floor's Horizine, and then I think Fear's Evil Corporation sounded somewhat similar to that too. Thank you for the grenades. Mini 14s are just not really worth it in my opinion. I mean, they're cool enough, because they, especially if you get a wood stock one, but you're still better off with an AR, because the AR is going to be more accurate. And it's not going to be any more expensive. The Mini 14 originally was designed to be a cheap alternative to the AR. That's all it was. But now the ARs are cheap, it's just really not worth it. Try to combine a bunch of stuff. Yep, exactly. That's why I hate point-and-click adventure games, because you never know what the hell you're supposed to do. And that is the point of the game, but if you don't like the point of the game, then you're kind of screwed. The first ever point-and-click adventure game I played was also an FMV game. Critical Path is what it was called. And I hated it as a kid. And come to find out, it was one of the worst of the point-and-click adventure FMV games. Apparently, one of the best was... Okay, let me see if I can find something I can dual wield. Apparently, one of the best was... oh, that pirate one that LucasArts did. But I couldn't stand that game. This might not have been a good idea. Because now I'm out of armor, I'm kind of screwed. Also, how awesome is it that we're running around with slow-mo and the ability to dual wield? It's like, what happened to real games? They only faded away. Oh crap, run! This is not a game with slow and methodical combat, thankfully. And yes, this is an arena, unfortunately. Yeah, Monkey Island, that's the one. Guybrush Threepwood. Gonna get cover, huh? We can eat a little more than a planter, bastard. Okay, we want to like hide for a second. This is where I'd like to have quick save. But sadly, that's just beyond modern developers. Now we can just like stealth a little bit. That helps a little bit if you just want to try not to get shot for a few seconds. But I've never found myself really doing it. Oh, that's a boss. Yep. You know what's funny though? Like a sniper wouldn't use 308 anyway. An actual sniper that's part of a spotter sniper team would use 338 Lapua. And actual snipers roll their own too. Right, let me shoot his little helper there real quick. No, there's another one. That's something that the video games don't really cover too much. Is that a true sniper would have his own customized rifle and cartridges. Because he's going for that one shot, one hit, you know? And so it better be the most accurate cartridge he can have. I must have killed the boss already and didn't know it. Yeah, well.
106, I got some heat for you. Supply drop incoming.
Clear.
Now imagine if I got a box of bullets dropped on my head. There is a big difference between a sniper rifle and a DMR. A DMR is supposed to get out to about 600 yards, meters, something along those lines. Whereas an actual sniper is supposed to go out a lot further and a lot more precisely, I guess you could say. It's one of those things that people kind of mistake the two, but they really are very, very different. That must be one hell of a double door.
No need to worry about us, sir.
No, this is a Chris Vector, which I think came out about 10 or 20 years ago now. It's a 45 ACP constant recoil PDW. It's a very neat firearm, but not one that is that practical. I mean, it's cool, but now this is where it starts to get creepy because you go into the Trudeau facilities here. What's creepy about this is though this is real to a certain extent. Now, I don't think they look quite like this, but just the fact that the old unaliving is so common these days. Mojo Nixon. I've never even heard of Mojo Nixon before. Wait, that's a VHS 2, which is the Croatian service rifle. I want to play Helldivers 2, but just haven't had a chance to play it or buy it for that matter. I've definitely been thinking about playing it because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Oh man, there's a mission where I don't want to spoil it. Hopefully I can get to it in this stream, where you actually have to fight a certain type of enemy. Alright, so the mission here is we're trying to rescue somebody. Also, my god, that's creepy. It just kind of like eases you into the fact that this is not exactly... The game is not what it seems. It seems like a traditional, you know, first-person shooter. But what if it's not? Oh dear. Yep, AI reproduced personalities. Wait, is this a documentary or is this a game?
06. Man of the hour. I'll get that elevator unlocked for you.
Cyberpunk Soldier, yeah, that'd be great. Helldivers 2, I think, is something that went viral. It's basically just a third-person, I think, a wave-based first. It's a third-person wave-based shooter, if I'm not mistaken. And it had a really memeable plot, but as far as I know, that's all it really is. And it's 3-player co-op. Yeah, unalive clinics are real. No, the actual clinic isn't, but like the unaliving process is very common apparently in Canada. A pump action AR-15. That just sounds so blasphemous. Uh-oh. What could have happened here? When I started playing this the first time, I was actually pretty creeped out because I was just expecting that this game would be a generic first-person shooter. But it's like, this is really, really effective at creating a super creepy atmosphere. Because like, you almost feel like somebody in the... When you play this for the first time, you kind of feel like what the guy would feel like. Oh yeah, here's where we can get some intel. Yeah, this message is really creepy, but I'm not going to bother reading it. It's basically, you find the same message on all these computers. And it's all like, I hope this message finds you well. I'm happy to be here. Oh dear. But it's like... This is so out of left field. You would never guess what we're about to find here. And it just gets better and better and creepier and creepier. Very player friendly. Bullpups are once again kind of cool, but they're a bit overpriced for what they are. I've thought about buying a bullpup on a number of occasions, but it's like, do I really want to spend like $2 grand on a rifle that's slightly shorter than a rifle I already have? Uh-oh. Where could Dr. Emerson be? Yeah, see, a DMR is actually pretty practical. I mean, you can build up a DMR for pretty cheap. Let me put it this way, it's cheaper to build up a DMR than it is to build up a sniper rifle. Because the amount of money you pay per MOA just exponentially goes up.
Lockdown sequence aborted. Reinitializing facility.
Shooter side at a checkpoint Maxwell. We can use some reinforcements over here.
Yeah, this is not just a generic first-person shooter. This is a horror first-person shooter. When this happened, I was just like completely shocked. Because I was just kind of chilling one day. I thought like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and give this game a try. It can't be that bad. And so I'm just kind of like playing it like half-assedly because it's generic at the first part. Yeah, it's a bit above average, but nothing too special. And then that happens. I was paying a little more attention at this point. And come to find out, this is the quality that the game brings. Okay, where the hell do we go? Oh yeah, we go into the spooky area. If this game had come out in 2010, I think this would have blown everybody away. Sadly, just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. Like, could that be a zombie? Now, there are some semi-automatic snipers, but they're very expensive. So yeah, we got zombies here. We got fucking zombies, man! We do have a flashlight. I just can't remember the bloody button press. So yeah, we got zombies. We got honest to God zombies. And it's not even telegraphed at all. Like, when you start this game, you have no idea what this game is going to be like. it's just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It doesn't telegraph it like Fear did. And I love Fear.
Personnel, reminder. Report to Checkpoint Maxwell for immediate sterilization.
That cake looks like complete crap, I'm just saying. It's like, where did we, what, are we even in the same game anymore? It's like, look at it, look at it. We're fighting zombies when just 2 seconds ago this was a generic, you know, military shooter. Now it is literally a horror military shooter. Fear did not do this well in terms of a plot. Did you just throw a chair at me, you asshole? This is a somewhat difficult part of the game, but not really. It just goes on a little long. The boss fight in this level, if you don't know what you're doing, gets really old really fast. Because the boss fight's a little jank. My god, that must have been some bad chili. Now you find out what they were actually doing here on the little computers. It's kind of a, well, I can say it's a ripoff, but it's basically where the developers did Dead Space's plot a little better than Dead Space did. Essentially, the scientists at Horizon here find some kind of organic molecule that can, like, generate free energy, and then they decide to start testing it on humans, which to me makes a little more sense than the marker does. Throw a grenade. Yeah, these guys hurt. Owning an SVD variant. Once again, it's one of those things where it's kind of cool, I guess. But once again, you can do so much better with either an AR-10 or a G3. The SVD is not a sniper rifle. It is a DMR. It's not really designed to do what a sniper rifle needs to do. Like, fully accurizing a semi-automatic rifle is not an easy prospect. Because basically it has to be repeatable each time. There we go. But this is just a cool thing. It's like it's like a game. It's not even like a game. It is a game. And it's not it's not like a modern game where it would just slow down, zoom in slowly on the zombie and give you some kind of really cringe text. It's like, they're really angry. It's just allowed to grow. Alright, now let's see. Also, the ending of this game, ending of this level is also really, really good. I'm actually kind of happy they didn't lead with this, because this is so much better as a second level, because you're just lulled into that false sense of security. Oh my god, it's a Mothman! Yeah, you know, I mean, it's the in-range acid test. Oh crap, oh crap. And this is so neat. We're literally in an acid area and not melting much. Hey, you know, Croatia makes some really high quality firearms. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, you bastard, get out of my way. Crap, 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 crap. Crap. I forgot. Shit, I think I turned the... There we go. No, it's going back. It's a good thing it actually gives me a chance to figure out where to go. Go, 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 go. That is every bit as fun as it looks. But see, the Mothman's just, you know, ever since the movie came out, he's not been seeing quite as many residuals as he did, you know. Also had a meth habit.
There's nothing we can do for him. Pick up his flash drive.
His computer flash drive, it's like 256 megabytes, not gigabytes. I think that XCV thing is kind of based around Doom Eternal, where you'd find those little medallions.
Horizon's gone too far. We can't let this thing escape. I've got a plan. Arm up. You'll be going down to the reactors next.
Now, the reactor is a little jank, but it works mostly. Okay, let me see. Can I dual wield the shotguns? No, I can't.
You'll be coming up on Horizon's experimental bioreactors soon.
Yep,
Overload them. The explosion should be large enough to destroy this facility and the subject along with it.
Alert. Maintenance team required at reactors 1, 2.
So, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pick up the puke zombies and throw them into the reactor. It's just so awesome. I mean, it's like, this is what gaming is meant to be right here. It's meant to have a little bit of seriousness and a little bit of fun here and there. You don't need 100% seriousness, and you don't need 100% silliness either. Yep. Okay, what the hell? So, actually fighting the Mothman can be really annoying if you don't know what to do, because he can literally teleport through a wall. He's not supposed to be able to do that, but that's... This game's a little bit of jank. Okay, we can't shoot that. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I kind of throw...
Highly unstable. I've got an idea. It's a bit unusual, but it just might work.
A bit.
Find any infected personnel, throw them into the reactor. That should trigger an overload.
That seems a bit of a leap, but okay. Okay, I think what we have to find is a way to shut off that force field. If I remember correctly. No, okay, maybe we just throw them into it. It's been a little while since I played this game. Oh my. Message retracted. Uh-oh, we're getting spicy today. Okay, where's the infected personnel? How can I chuck them into a reactor if they're not here? Okay, here we go. I guess we have to, like, shut it off. I thought I needed to. Come on, people, learn to shower. Oh, crap, I forgot how to pick them up. Oh, there we go. And chuck him. Oh, come on. It didn't go in. It just impacted on the surface. Okay, I'm just gonna have to blast a couple of these guys before I die. You have a little bit of regenerative health, but not much. Okay, one of them must have fallen into that. So it starts out kind of scary, and then it becomes, you know, a first-person shooter. You actually can hurt the enemy. And I know that some people don't really like the idea of being able to hurt, like, horror movie villains, that kind of reduces the overall effectiveness of the scares. But to me, that's not a big deal. Because humans are adaptable. What killed us one day doesn't the next. I mean, hell, we used to fight giant bears with nothing but a wooden spear. But pick him up! Throw him! Damn it. The game is very fair. Pick him up, throw him! I need to use the force. Which DMR would be the best? Probably... Okay, let's grab him. There we go. Finally! Hits away! And the AR is pretty popular for a reason. It's kind of like Doom, if Doom was a rifle. You see, the AR is very accurate, very reliable, and very easy to tear down and put back together. The main reason why everybody hated the AR at first is just because the Vietnam memories of it not working right. The only reason it worked right is because it didn't have the right ammo. But yeah, if you want a good DMR, that is definitely the G3, just because the G3 is an inherently accurate rifle. Yeah, we could have used a spoon that was sharpened. So you can't actually hurt this guy because he's got his little wings that he's gonna hide under like a little bitch. And also he doesn't have a health bar yet, so. Oh crap. Yeah, he likes to do that attack. He loves that attack. Because he's an asshole. Oh crap, nope. Go, 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 go! No! Okay, good, we got there. Burn, you motherfucker! So yeah, we went from fighting generic security guards to the Mothman. Prophecies. But yeah, if you want a good DMR, go G3. Get one with the heavy barrel. That's gonna cost you, I think, something like 1,500 bucks, which is pretty good for what that is.
Since your escape, you've already destroyed one of my facilities. Allow me to make
But the monsters, I'm impressed. More informative than G. I've heard of him, but I don't think I've ever seen anything from him though. I'll just wait till we get to the next level. We have to fight the evil cult.
Wait, I'm picking up a signal from 106.
But I like to consider 106 here, 106, basically the pointy man, because he's basically the point man. I mean, with how close this is to fear, he's the pointy man. He points at people. In fact, you can even make him look kind of like the point man.
Fine work you did down there.
Okay, guys, you might just want to get back in the helicopter because I've got, you know, the ability to use checkpoints, whereas none of y'all do. So yeah, actually fighting this guy, not too hard if you know what you're doing. Yep, here he comes. So what you want to do is like just run in, shoot him a couple. There's no way to save those guys, and they basically turn into puke zombies, which is sad, but you know, they knew the mission, man. Okay, so the Mothman will be able to grab you through a wall, which is really annoying. But once you basically get his pattern down, you know, like here, just don't get close to him. Just do a couple shots and then run away. It took me forever to finally do that. I thought I'd run up and shoot him in the face, but yeah, that's not a good idea. Because he doesn't have that much health, and you do a pretty good amount of damage. It's just remembering where he is. You see, like that? Look how far away I was, and look how he was able to grab me. And those grabs hurt. And see, look. As I'm running away, grabs me immediately. I think this game is from the UK. I vaguely remember reading the Wikipedia article, and I think that... I think it's from the UK. But don't quote me on that. Okay, come on, you little bastard. Come on, you bastard. So, like, when he's right there, when he can grab you from further away than you think he can. He's actually one of the harder bosses, like the cult leader boss that I think we'll be able to fight. I think we'll have time enough for that. Okay, he's using his wing like a little bitch. The cult leader boss is remarkably easier than this. I get away from him to spit at me. Oh, that's from South Korea? I had no idea. I thought it was UK. And thank you, Snaps Ninja, for the buck. Oh, crap, no! Damn you, Snap Ninja! I wasn't paying attention because of you. Snap Ninja's working with the Mothman! He wants his catalytic converter back. How could you? Alright, let's see. Where are you, Mothy Mans? Alright, where is Mr. Moth? So this is what Fear should have been. Because Fear just stuck with Alma for way too long. You know, it's like, I expected there to be so many more monsters, and it was just her. It's like, yeah, Alma's scary and all, but she gets kind of boring after a while. And I guess Paxton Fettle was kind of creepy, but once again, it was just him. It was a one-note kind of thing. I'm so gonna get in trouble in that review when I say that this is better than Fear. I mean, it's jankier than Fear, yeah, but... Oh, crap, no! Yep, there we go. I don't think I'll die from this attack, though. No, I won't. Okay. Got stuck on a wall. But he's dead. Unless I really fuck it up. Crap! I did really fuck it up! Oops. Yeah, but he's done for.
That's what Horizon's hiding behind closed doors. Monsters, uncontrollable experiments, all hell breaking loose in their own facilities.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those expansions.
They tried to justify it all, saying their research will change the world.
The PTR is actually made on HK tooling, so I don't know. I've seen the videos on those. I've seen those videos from both Hop and Garantham, but I don't know what they were doing to their rifles, because, yeah. I never experienced any of those issues. But if you don't trust the PTR, then just go AR-10. There's a lot of good options out there for that. If you want to get a really high-quality AR-10 for cheap, you got the PSA Saber. I think that's like $1,500 or so. And those are manufactured to a pretty high standard. PSA has really kicked it up a notch or two. But if you're not too worried about super longevity in terms of the barrel, then just a generic AR-10 will do. Really, a lot of that stuff is, are you going to beat your rifle to hell in real life? And the answer is not really. Never heard of a Panther AR-10. Okay, so now we're going to go to Jorvik Castle, or Jorvik Castle. So this is where the game goes completely off the rails. It's like, okay, we just fought the Mothman and his prophecies. Now this is where we go full urban fantasy. This is where we're no longer in the real world anymore.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
And once again, this is what we should have seen in Fear from the beginning. Alma is boring after the first game.
Nice to see you again, sir. Taking off.
Canada? No wonder they have the unalive facility. Holy crap, $5. And thank you, Triple X Medic. I highly appreciate that. Especially in this economy, man. Oh, DPMS! Yeah, I remember them. I was actually gonna buy one of their rifles once, but by the time I had the money, I was able to buy something a little bit better. The DPMS used to make what is effectively a wartime emergency AR-15 without a dust cover, forward assist, or anything like that. And it was like $500 about 10 years ago, and it was like the least expensive AR on the market. And since I had not much money, I thought I'd go ahead and get one of those. But then by the time I had much money, I was able to get something better that actually had all the accoutrements.
We've got hostiles in the courtyard. You take the first shot.
So the control for this is the D-pad for whatever reason. So what we're using right here is a Sporter HK, not G11, G36.
Cover's blown. Go loud.
Now this is part of the game that gets a little difficult because we're shooting these guys up here, but you don't have to do that. You can actually jump down. In fact, you have to. You can blast all these guys from up here, but the game won't tell you that you can survive that 50-foot fall. Because, you know, 106 is tough, you know. Yeah, the SLR8, no, SL8, whatever, you know what I mean. Although this has a double stack mag, whereas the HK does not. Ooh, he has no head. But yeah, you can just jump down there and not die. The game doesn't really tell you that you can do that. This has been somewhat realistic up to this point, but you can just jump down there like it was nothing. Be kind of nice if they told me that I could survive that, but whatever. 'Cause I'm just standing around there like an asshole waiting for there to be like a ladder or something. Okay, give me something that's not STG. Which cartridge? I love how that bench just exploded because I walked next to it. The Patriarch. Oh man, we gotta smash that Patriarchy. Oh, calm down, dude.
So we can cover you.
Alright, so let's... All I've got is a pistol at the moment. We'll go ahead and dual wield. Now, dual wielding in real life is pretty much useless. But I will admit, I did try dual wielding 2 revolvers once, and it was kind of fun. But it didn't really help much. Oh god, they got Molotovs! Always reminds me of the Molotovs. God damn it! From Fear 3. Not Fear 3. Far Cry 3. Or is it Fallout 3? I can't remember. I don't think setting yourself on fire is exactly the best method to, I can make a totally bad joke, but I won't, because I'll get demonetized. Let me grab that, second shotgun. Because yes, we're dual-wielding 12-gauge shotguns. I will admit that Fear 3, did have pretty fun co-op. If you play that game co-op, it's not too terrible. But everything else about it, yeah.
106, drop a smoke for Spectre 2 to land.
One of the things that is kind of annoying is you think you have to deploy a smoke grenade. It's like, wait a minute, how do you switch grenade types? You don't. You walk over here and just deploy it. Yeah, Fear 3. Fear 2 even wasn't very good. It's one of those franchises that died literally in the second game. Now, this is the level where you get, like, the dual-wield serum. It literally is a thing you just jab into your arm, and apparently you're strong enough to hold 2 shotguns at once. I mean, David Duchovny was able to do it without that. So in this level, we get to fight, the sex golem. I mean, the flesh golem. Which, once again, came completely out of nowhere.
Have fun fucking up the Enforcer 106.
And we think the Enforcer's actually a big badass, but he's really not. So we've gone from just generic military shooter to this. We're fighting an evil cult with like 3 faces on him. There was a random TV show from like 2018 where they had like a villain with that kind of mask arrangement. It was a Superman prequel called Krypton that wasn't terrible, but, well, they kind of, it wasn't woke, but they did have the, special casting, let's say. Where, yeah. No, dual wielding cannot be. You can't aim and fire 2 guns at the same time. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't be worth anything. But it is pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie, in a video game. Especially a game with, slow-mo. I think today we'll just beat the Enforcer. I might come back to this game in the future. Because these levels are really long. Like, oh crap! Those goddamn suiciders. You're like, these guys must be really low on that totem pole. It's like, okay, we'll give you a rifle, we'll give you a shotgun, here's a Molotov cocktail, and have fun. Well, yeah, because he's Duke Nukem. Yeah, when I play a game like this, it makes me want a modern-day Duke Nukem that's actually good. Sadly, such a thing is but the fever dream of a madman. It's like, evil cults and shit. Why could Fear have not have done this? Alma was not all we needed, damn it. And I still haven't even beaten this game yet. So I don't know how much crazier it gets after this level. I do know you have to fight an evil AI at some point. Oh crap. Throw him! Okay, that was a bad idea. That was not a good idea. I thought that was a plate. I've seen that it's making progress, but I've not played anything from that 2001 restoration project. I'm just waiting for everything to be finished. It's like playing just one level just isn't gonna really do it for me. I just want the whole thing to be done. Hopefully one day we can get the 1998 version. Oh crap. I'm really hurt. Yeah, Blood would be pretty good with modern graphics, because Blood has a pretty good aesthetic that would be even creepier with, you know, non-2D. I'm not sure how much I like it, just because it's much more difficult than I generally like. And it's one of those games where you turn the corner and you can just get eradicated. This is more my kind of game, where you can just kind of run around and blast things. The evil scrolls, or skulls. No, scrolls. Well, I can't speak today. I need sleep. Enforcer's PT routine. 3 sets of 12 reps of push-ups. That's really not that great. Mask and robes must remain on? Really? That is really dumb. Okay, then maybe that might be a little difficult, but like, it's kind of lame there, Enforcer. Just saying. I'm not impressed. Blood through with the Fear 1 engine? Yeah, I can go for that. I could totally go for that. I like the early 2000s aesthetic. And there may be a video on top 13 first-person shooters of the 2000s.
Infiltrated through the balcony, moving to search the mausoleum for Dr. Kramer.
Dr. Kramer? I thought his name was Dr. Van Nostrum. Okay, we do not want to change the grenades. We probably should reload those shotguns. I'm glad we actually have to like slow down to reload these things. In real life, trying to reload 2 shotguns at once would be, you need to have like 3 hands to do that. And you're not going to be walking around and doing it either, but whatever. It's a video game. And that's the main thing about this game. It's a video game. It knows it's a video game. It's just realistic enough. It's realistic where it needs to be, and not where it should be. Okay, we don't actually have the stock unfolded, and you can't unfold the stock because it's tactical, man. Wrath Aeon of Ruin. I've played a little bit of that Wrath Aeon of Ruin. I think I streamed it when it was still like in early access. And it was pretty good. And be careful out there, Triple X Medic. Watch out for crazies. Watch out for cultists that set themselves on fire. Let's see. And hello, Riley, Flaming Wookie Cookie. Blech. Flaming Wookie Cookie. There's some right there. They're drinking too many bottles of rum. Come on, blow them up! It's like, seriously, dudes. There are different ways to find purpose in your life. Setting your... Oh, crap. Your purpose is to be shot, you bastards. Ugh. Okay, well, let's actually try to pay attention and not get flash fried by these idiots. These fucking college dropouts. I mean, that's probably what these people are. The fucking college dropouts that, yeah, were raised by iPads. I mean, seriously, people. There's more to life than computers. And that's coming from a computer nerd. Would you have a forward assist on an AR pattern rifle? You know, I've seen different things said about the forward assist. Evidently they do serve... God damn it. I need to forward assist these bastards out of a window. But evidently a forward assist does have a purpose in combat. Because there's actual video evidence of someone using a forward assist to get around all the way in the chamber when they were being attacked. So, I guess it is there for a reason. That the Quake modding community wanted, but not what I wanted. Yeah, I've never actually finished Wrath Aeon of Ruin, so... I was probably listening to Death Clock. Oh, Oblivion. I'm gonna do a video on that next year. I don't really like my original review of it, and that is a classic. I actually like Oblivion more than Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim's still pretty good, but Oblivion had some special sauce.
You're approaching the enforcer's position.
Alright, we're gonna beat this bastard and then probably call it a day. Oh shit! He's got himself a belt fed that's sadly kind of worthless. Bro, you lift. Oh crap. I thought if I... It's cool to slap it. Yeah, Skyrim I gotta re-review as well. I gotta review I actually should review Falscar at some point. Okay, so what we want to do is we're gonna let him use his overcompensator here. Wood, my one weakness. Okay, we're just gonna like run all the way over here. This is a pretty kick-ass boss fight. Even though it looks like he's on roller skates. I mean, I guess that's a way to fight. The one I really recommend, but whatever. He's got rocket boots, okay? It's totally not roller skates. Okay, this was not a good idea. I got a little too cocky there. So I can cloak, which I guess works, but he knows where I am. Now, before when I beat this guy the first time, I basically just kited him. Which is probably the best idea. Oh, that was some bad smoke. That was a 2D sprite. Okay, what? That I know. Alright, so what we gotta do is we gotta wait for him to jump back in here like an asshole. Because of course he sends his little helpers. Could that be armor? My sappy plate will save me. Okay, dual wielding just is not doing quite like I was hoping it would. Okay, let's just get back to one gun. Just one gun, right? Immersive seizures and diarrhea mod. That sounds so dumb it has to be real. There's all kinds of weird mods for Skyrim. I saw a video a long time ago, like 8 or 9 years ago, on all the dirty mods. Oh dear. The fact that they're that advanced is either disturbing or I don't know what. Oh crap, it's him!
Where are you?
Scooby-Doo, where are you? In a crappy Velma show? Blast him! Now you can, like, take his rifle, but look at the wind-up on that. That is too much time wasted. Let's see.
Get your hands off me, you fuckwits! Bastards! Dr. Kramer's in custody.
I thought we were looking for Dr. Van Nostrum. Couple of videos on it. I will have to take a look at that.
Oh shit, it's Horizon! They're landing everywhere! We'll try to hold them off, but we're going to need backup ASAP!
Copy that.
I don't think Blackhawks are actually sold to civilians, but whatever.
Secure.
Affirmative, we're on our way.
The Bryn 10 and his 10mm back. I mean,
I'm not a child, I can walk on my own!
I don't think the evil mercenaries are actually going to listen to you.
VIP to look out for.
Enemy activity, I never would have guessed. Yeah, like with something like the Bryn 10, that is something that only collectors are going to really care about. Because if you want a 10mm, all you got to do is just buy a 10mm 1911. It's just not really economical. Especially these days. Oh, I think I missed one of the chat messages that asked me what kind of STG I'd get. I would just get it in 5.56, because cheap.
Dr. Kramer, secondary objective is to recover his research.
I mean, it's not like Blackhawks cost like a couple million a piece, but yeah. Actually, no, there is one civilian-owned Blackhawk that I think is used as part of some kind of an airline or something. I remember watching a video on that a few years back, but I didn't really retain what they were doing with it. Delta 1911. Really, if you want a 10mm 1911 that works and won't crack, just get the, line. The Rock Island, there we go. I think I want to say the Philippines one. Well, it is made in the Philippines, but Rock Island Armory does make a good 10 mil 1911. That won't just disassemble on you. And oh crap! Yeah, those mines will do a lot of damage. Okay, I think we're gonna go and fight the sex golem. I mean, flesh golem. I don't think PTR is gonna make a G36 because there's a company that already makes one called Tommy Built Tactical. UMP is probably not economical, and a PSG-1 you can actually turn a regular PTR rifle into one of those. You just got to get the stock and the grip, and they already make an accurized G3 already, so yeah, PTR has been doing pretty good for a long time. It just requires you to actually get one that they put an extractor in, or use proper pressure ammunition. But you gotta remember, when it comes to gun companies, they can't just tool up to make anything, because it wouldn't be economical. Oh, that was a frame drop. M1A, Trash Tier Garand. And pretty well obsolete. Really? You guys really need to pay more attention. Yeah, the M1A is, I guess, very much a collector's sort of thing. Like, if you want it, it's good, I guess, for what it was originally designed to do. But if you want a 308 battle rifle, AR-10 is the best way to go. Or G3. I'm a G3 fan. Now, if you're paying attention to what these guys are saying, they're usually like, he wiped out the whole squad, and it reminded me of Shadows of the Empire, where like Luke single-handedly takes out like a whole squad of guards. Back in the EU, Luke was just a close combat monster. Now, I'd like to see a civilian legal PPSH one day. I don't think it'd be economically viable, but I'd love to have one. I mean, the Ruger PC carbine is almost that. That's one of the problems with like any sort of pistol caliber carbine. It's like, what makes it better than a Ruger PC carbine? Because that, I think, is one of the best PCCs on the market today. This has all the good features you'd want, and it's not really expensive. And it takes Glock mags, man! Want an MP5? I mean, MP5s are viable.
You weren't the first they sent to kill me. There was another. And another. All of your predecessors lie dead. And so will you, if you continue to walk in their stead.
You can't tell me what to do. We're gonna smash the patriarchy, man. Back when I used to go on Twitter, I would always see this account. I never actually looked at it, but I just saw the name. Feminist Hulk. I'm not joking. I can't even imagine how cringy a Twitter account called Feminist Hulk has to be. You know, it's just... I don't think the giant green rage monster is really going to be all about the feminisms. Fly, you fools. Well, you know what? Who's the bigger fool? The fool who follows him. Ooh, better grab that. This thing's kind of worthless, but we're going to need that later on. This weird 3-barrel grenade launcher is going to be worth something when we fight the next boss. Which I think is what I'm going to call that stream a day. Oh. I mean, I just don't think that Hulk would get that cringy. Especially Ultimate Hulk, who really is a giant green rage monster. Well, Ace Party, I'm going to be on here till we defeat the Flesh Golem. played Trepang2. So much. I don't know if there's a P90 in it because I haven't beaten the game yet. 3 a.m. in the UK. That's always the problem with time zones and trying to talk to people that are spread out all over the world. There's people I talk to where it's like 3 a.m. tomorrow. Which is always kind of funny. It's like, oh wait, you're in the future. Of course, there's always that sweet spot where you can be in the same day as somebody, despite being in very disparate areas. I think we blew his legs off. Smack him! Stab him in the spine! Or we could just blow his ankles off. That works too. 10 p.m. Yeah, you're about an hour ahead of me. And I think Ethan and Gordon were in the same time zone because I'm Central US. And I've talked to people all over the world. People in different hemispheres. I'll never forget though, many ages ago, when I just started this YouTube channel, I actually talked to somebody from Brazil who was a female, believe it or not. Unfortunately, that never really went anywhere. But it was amazing. I was in a Doom server, and the person actually recognized who I was, even back then, like around 2010 or 11. They knew who the general was, but they weren't single, so that kind of sucked.
Lost the courtyard. Repeat, courtyard is lost.
Traveling in time.
Spectre 1.
Oh. Wait, plays like John Romero was overworked and just had to design ideas.
106, find out what happened.
Quake. That is my least favorite of the id Software games, but ironically enough, it was my grandfather's favorite of the id Software games. Go figure, right? Alright, let's go fight the sex golem. Obesity Hulk? Poor Hulk. They ruined him so many different times. My favorite is still the one from the 90s animated series, where he was actually somewhat proactive. And that's the real She-Hulk. Because when She-Hulk showed up, she actually had a personality and was, I don't know, kind of a sexy muscle mommy, just saying.
That's a positive ID on one of Spectre 3's men.
Because, like, growing up in the 90s was one of the best times. You had the best cartoons of all time. And now they've taken away Rogue's ass and character. And ensured that, Gambit got cucked. And hello, Nez Corporation. Alright, this is where we're gonna fight, one of the horrible abominations of science. This is pretty neat. Like, this is, like, why did it take this long for us to get a game like this again? I don't understand it. Why did it take this long, people? Been waiting for over 2 decades. Well, maybe not 2 decades, but it felt like 2 decades.
Kramer's corpse. Guess this is a bigger lost horizon than us.
I think AI will help us see games like from the early 2000s, just because it'll automate a lot of the processes.
Looks like all of Spectre 3 is KIA.
Okay, what's the I don't remember what the flashlight button is. That's not it. There it is.
He's somewhere in your area. See if you can find him.
And this is why we have the grenade launcher. Okay, I think the helmet's somewhere up here, unless it randomizes each time you play the game, which would kind of suck. Okay, so I don't think... I vaguely remember it being up here somewhere. Maybe it's all the way up here. Yeah, I think it is. There it is.
Body's missing. Could still be alive. Check the helmet.
Fading Embers.
It's heavily corrupted. I'll try to stream some of it.
The name looks familiar, but I don't remember. Oh, don't try to pretend like you're Mega Man. I mean, Megatron. Fuck, my brain is tired.
106. Goddamn. Seeing a lot of cultists closing in on your position.
Yeah, this is basically Fear, but Fear. Actually, I'd almost say it's basically Fear, but better. Because instead of just having to deal with the creepy Alma all the time, you get to deal with whole new creatures in each level, which is really, really neat. Okay, I forgot we had to fight these little cultist bastards. I mean, hell, even fighting little cultist bastards is good because it's not just the same old enemy over and over again. See, Fear really dropped the ball when it came to enemy designs and imagination. The first game showed so much promise, but they didn't evolve beyond that. Whereas this game has a lot of the same aesthetics as Fear, but gives you new things to fight each level. And a pretty good mystery, too. Instead of just, you know, a dude with mommy issues. I mean, Paxton Fettle was great enough, but, you know, we needed more than that. Oh, he has no head! Get away from me, you college dropout. The only problem I really have with the game is, like, what the hell is a Trip Yang? Was there a Trip Yang 1? Oh, you bastards! Jump through the window, you idiot! Oh, crap. Oh, one of them has one of those grenade launchers too, I bet. That's why they're just grenade spamming me. You gotta love destructible objects. It is really, really fun. Like, I didn't expect much from this game when I started playing it. But once you get past the first level, it gets really, really, really good. The ritual is complete. Uh-oh. Do we have a new monster to fight instead of just the same thing over and over again?
What the hell? I'm picking up the signal. It's Spectre 3 Actual. He's wounded, but he's coming your way.
You just watched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That's how I felt. Yep. It's the sex golem! Bet you didn't expect that. Once again, we're fighting generic cultists, and then that. That is like the coolest shit ever. Grenade time! It does not explode on contact, so it's kind of worthless. And that is bullshit. And yes, his little, you know, penis attack will hit you from across the map, so you kind of have to be a little careful. Crap. I really should have grabbed another shotgun, because he's not that hard to defeat. Once again, you just have to be very careful and not get caught in a wall or something. Okay, let's... I saw a shotgun back here somewhere. Crap. There it is, dual wield. Since he can't shoot back. Alright, where are you, dude? Okay. 12 gauge shotguns to the face! Oh, it's just a massacre. Come on, reload. You can reload and walk at the same time. Quake mission packs. Yeah, at some point. 12 gauge shotguns to the face. Run! I got greedy. I told you this was an easy boss fight. You just got to make sure you have 12 gauge shotguns to the face. Even if you can't dual wield, which you won't be able to do if this is your first playthrough, just running around and shooting them with a shotgun will do good enough.
Nothing else we can do here.
A little more lax compared to the finished Dragon's Dogma. You know, I never actually played Dragon's Dogma. It just didn't really appeal to me. Never really was a fan of JRPGs. And yeah, well, that's kind of an edgy name. I'm surprised they haven't, like,
So
got you for...
You really are just like me. The question is, are you any better?
Yes. Much. How much are mags for the PTR 91? And is there a Stanag adapter? No, you just have to get G3 mags, but G3 mags are cheap. G3 mags only really cost like $5 or so a piece, so you can get stock up on those pretty well. Dragon's Dogma is not really a JRPG; it's closer to a Western RPG. Okay, I may have to take a look at that. I got so many games to play; it's like I don't know when I'd get to it, but I just assumed it was a JRPG. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it a day because the rest of this level is pretty long and I've already been going for 2 hours anyway. I want to thank everyone for joining, and I'm General Lotz. I'm going to wish you good PTR 91 and good Trepang2, or whatever makes you happy.